Hello and welcome to Logistic Talks. In today's session, I'm going to have the pleasure to have a conversation together with Niels Finger. Niels is a professor at the CBS University here in Cologne, Germany, where we are this week. So with him, we're going to talk about logistic and academia.
Yeah, hello, my name is Niels Finger and I'm a professor for supply chain management at the CBS International Business School here in Cologne.
Niels, thank you very much for being with us today at Logistic Talks. And I'm really excited because we're going to talk about logistic, as we always do, yet from a different angle. Niels, you're a professor at the CBS University and you teach logistics. So let me ask you right there, how did you become interested in teaching logistics?
Yeah, I mean, I spent more than a decade working in the industry, in logistics, in different areas, automotive, logistics, and so forth. And after a short sabbatical, I decided that I had big joy whilst doing my PhD in lecturing. And then I decided to try it out and applied for a professorship at CBS, and they took me on. And that's where it started. And a bit maybe the motivation behind is pretty much also, I saw all the potentials of improvements in the industry. And I believe that education is an excellent multiplier. We share knowledge and I can do that in a very hands-on way because I know what logistics is all about. And I try to inspire students and give them the tools, so to speak, that they can then in the later company work actually start.
Very good. So tell me, what are the hot topics you talk about with your students?
Well, obviously the mega trends, globalization, digitization, sustainability, that's the theme across, I would say, all the subjects that we have in the portfolios. Then still, obviously, the old themes persist, like supply chain transparency, operations management, transport optimizations that have been around the block for quite a while, are still relevant, I would say. But then also, obviously, new world challenges. Just this morning, we talked about direct-to-consumer, quick commerce setups, which are obviously new trends that a lot of companies explore. And when I asked the students in the beginning of the semester this time, a famous topic that they asked for that we want to focus a bit on is supply chain risk management, because they've seen that so many companies struggle with the topic, and we're exploring this as well this semester.
Good. Hey, look, we're blessed to have a professor at Logistic Talks today. So I would like that you tell me a little bit more on the researches that you're doing on logistics. What are the areas where you work in and exploring?
Absolutely, my pleasure. Two things are extremely important for me. First is actually this connection of sustainability with technologies. So using technologies to actually enhance or reduce CO2 emissions or drive out inefficiencies that we have a lot in logistics, as you know. And second is, I would say, the social dimension that's underestimated in many cases. The trust base, the partnerships, the relationships. So not only the technical part, but also the people part. And so I'm looking into knowledge management topics, for example, and for example, also launched now a study into the talent management topic, where we look at retaining also younger talents in companies.
Yes. We see these trends. I'm thinking about IoT, I'm thinking about blockchain, I'm thinking about all these technology, AI. Which one do you think is going to really make a big impact in logistics?
Well, there's a lot of buzz around topics like blockchain, but they're around for many, many years and they haven't really fundamentally transformed the industry yet. Blockchain still is important, or you mentioned IoT, but I think, maybe the three A's. So AI, I think that's the biggest topic for all industries, by the way. Driving out inefficiencies, for example, that we see, demand planning and so on, forecasting, transport optimization, then automation and robotics. So stationary robotics, but also robotic process automation. By the way, now latest is RPA with AI. Next thing, so the potential of the combinations, and then if you see also our biggest pain points in the industry, capacity, driver shortages, autonomous driving. I see this also as a big game changer for the years to come, and I'm really excited what's out there.
Logistic, as we all know, has a big impact on the carbon footprint. Which technology, from your standpoint, do you think are going to help reduce this footprint?
Yeah, definitely every initiative counts, because we all know this is a very urgent, pressing and most important topic that we have within the economy overall, not only logistics. So again, I would say very much the AI topic is a big key solution, helping us to overcome inefficiencies, finding backlogs, by the way, that's definitely a topic. Then I would say e-mobility paired with renewable energies. We have beautiful big warehouses where we, by the way, can also solve the problem of energy usage in commercial buildings, but also charge our fleets. That's a topic that most of us or most of you guys are exploring already. And then from a industry side, the supply chain redesign. I think this is the biggest driver when it comes to sustainability, getting your warehouses closer to your customers, source, produce, where you sell. Obviously, this is more long-term strategic initiative and it takes time. But if you really look into what drives impact in the supply chain, that's usually the supply chain redesign topic.
Yes. So Niels, tell me something. Can you develop further how supply chain redesign can help companies to reduce their emissions?
Right. I mean, usually we see also in studies that the redesign part, which is the long-term element of supply chain management, is having the biggest impact. Not only on CO2 reduction, which is the most pressing topic, but also on other things like transport costs and so forth. And next to that then comes midterm planning and short-term execution, which you can only optimize to a certain degree if your design is not in order. So relocalization, shortening supply chains wherever possible, that's definitely a way that most companies are also pursuing meanwhile. I mean, it's nothing too new, but there's still a lot of potential. And that's definitely an area of interest where I see also big untapped potentials overall globally. And also nice side effects. For example, value creation in a country rather than just extracting minerals and the value creation is overseas, locally investing, selling it locally, producing taxes, employee opportunities and so on. So there's also positive side effects next to CO2 reductions or waste reductions. I mean, another big thing that we have in front of us is the circular economy transformation that we have. And if you look at the reports, the circularity gap report, for example, wow, it's even going down. So we have a lot of things in front of us, and this you can also just do if you have a proper supply chain redesign.
Hey, I'm sure that in your studies you look at the world changes. I'm thinking about the war in Ukraine, the somehow decline of China, the interest for companies to change their sourcing. Do you see still opportunities for the logistic world?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of opportunities also, and wherever there's losers, there's also winners, right? I mean, we saw this now with the sourcing China Plus One strategy that a lot of companies actually drive multi-shoring or alternatives into India, for example, where we see skyrocketing investments now going on. So yeah, there is potential, all sorts of. On the other side, I'm also worried a bit, right? You mentioned, for example, the tensions, the China developments. We have scary tendencies. Right? We have super huge challenges in front of us, which actually require supranational approaches, but we're actually driving away from each other a bit. I mean, just a scenario of two trading blocks, US-centric and China-centric. We all know that that's a lose-lose situation. We have especially poor nations suffering the most. Innovation will stagnate. We have reduced welfare, reduced stability. So it's mind-boggling that we're actually thinking about going that way, but a very likely scenario that will provide a lot of challenges for our supply chains.
Great. Hey, Niels, again, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to have you with us today and again to give us sort of another perspective, another angle on the logistic world. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you for inviting me.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.